Namaskar. My name is Mrs. Sonal Akshay Erande. I am working as a teacher in Deccan Education Society's Madhav Sadashiv Golki Guruji Vidya. In the last lecture, we have started with the second chapter, Life Processes in Living Organisms, Part 1. This chapter mainly has two life processes, cellular respiration and cell division. In cellular respiration, we have studied two types, aerobic cellular respiration and anaerobic cellular respiration. Today, we are going to study second life process, that is cell division. It has two types, mitosis and meiosis. Again, mitosis has 4 phases and meiosis has 2 steps. This all we are going to study in detail with the help of PowerPoint presentation. Cell division, an essential life process. What is cell? The cell, from Latin word cella, means small room. Cell is the basic structural and functional unit of all living things. A cell is the smallest unit of life that can divide independently and often called as building blocks of life. This diagram indicates that from cells, tissue is formed, from tissues, organ is formed, from organs, organ system is formed, and thus organism is formed. And hence, cell is the basic unit of life. Cell division, the process by which a parent cell divides into 2 or more daughter cells, is called as cell division. It is an inherent property of living organisms. The growth, development, differentiation, reproduction, and repair of worn-out tissues take place through cell division. Rudolf Virchow in 1858 suggested omnicellula acellula, means every cell is derived from pre-existing cell. There are 2 types of cell division, mitosis and meiosis. Cell division process includes cell cycle. Let us see about cell cycle. The cell cycle is the sequence of events and changes that occur between the formation of cell and its division into daughter cells. It has 2 phases, interphase, which is non-dividing and growing phase, and mitotic or M phase, which is dividing phase. The cell cycle has longest interphase, which you can see in the diagram, and it consists of 3 phases, namely G1 phase, S phase, G2 phase. Interphase is followed by mitosis. Again, when cell division completes by mitosis, new cells undergo interphase individually. In this way, cell cycle continues to increase the number of cells. Interphase. Interphase is a series of changes that takes place in a newly formed cell and its nucleus before it becomes capable of division again. During this phase, cell grows in size, doubles up cytoplasmic organelles, doubles up chromosome number with DNA replication process, that is from 2n to 4n. With G1, S and G2, one more phase is there in interphase, that is G0, which is resting phase. Cells do not divide further and exist in a quiescent state during 0 phase. To understand the process of cell division, we should remember these terms. First, chromosomes. Chromosomes are thread-like structures located inside the nucleus of animal and plant cells. Chromatin fibers. These are coiled and condensed to form chromosomes. Haploid, that is small n, is the term which is used when a cell has half the usual number of chromosomes. Diploid, 2n, which is a cell, an organism that has paired chromosomes, one from each parent. Centrioles, these are found in most eukaryotic cell. The function of centrioles is to produce the aster or the spindle fibers during cell division. Next, spindle fibers. Spindle fibers are filaments that form the cell division, that is mitosis and meiosis. They are chiefly involved in moving and segregating the chromosomes during nuclear division. They are made up of microtubules. Synapsis. Synapsis is the fusion of chromosome pairs at the start of meiosis. And cleavage furrow, it is produced for the final splitting of the membrane in the process of cell division. Let us study the first type of cell division, that is mitosis. Greek word mitos means thread and osis means stage. This term is coined by Walter Fleming in 1882. Two daughter cells are produced from parent cell which genetically identical to the parent cell. It mainly occurs in somatic cells. Number of chromosomes remain same in the cells, that is the condition 2n in the parent cell remains 2n in daughter cells after mitosis process. This diagram indicates formation of two daughter cells from one parent cell. There are two steps in mitosis: karyokinesis and cytokinesis. Karyon means nucleus and kinesis means division. Hence, in karyokinesis, nucleus is divided, that is nuclear division takes place. Similarly, cyto is related to cytoplasm and hence in this step cytoplasm divides, that is cytoplasmic division takes place. Karyokinesis includes 4 phases: prophase, metaphase, anaphase and telophase. Let us study karyokinesis in detail. First phase, that is prophase. In prophase, condensation of chromosomes starts. They become short, thick and start to appear with their pairs of sister chromatids. Centrioles duplicate and each centriole moves to opposite poles of cells. Centrosomes are made up of centrioles. Nuclear membrane and nucleolus start to disappear. In the given diagram, you can see the condensation of chromosomes, presence of centrioles or centrosomes. Next is metaphase. Metaphase, nuclear membrane completely disappears. Chromosomes complete their condensation and become clearly visible with their sister chromatids. All chromosomes are arranged parallel to equatorial or central plane of the cell. This is the main feature of metaphase. Spindle fibers are formed between centromere of each chromosome and both centrioles. In the given diagram, you can observe that all chromosomes are arranged parallel to a central plane. So this is a distinct feature of metaphase. Next phase is anaphase. Let us see. In this phase, centromere splits and thereby sister chromatids separate. They are pulled apart in opposite directions with the help of spindle fibers as shown in the diagram. Separated chromatids are called as daughter chromosomes. Each set of chromosomes reach at 2 opposite poles of the cell. In the given diagram, you can see separated chromosomes because of splitting of centromeres, which is a distinct feature of anaphase. Next and the last phase of karyokinesis is telophase. The daughter chromosomes start to decondense and again become thread-like, thin and invisible. Nuclear membrane is formed around each set of chromosomes reached at poles. Nucleolus also appears and two daughter nuclei are formed in the cell. Spindle fibers completely disappeared. Here you can see in the diagram nuclear division is completed. Now second step of mitosis, that is cytokinesis. After nuclear division, a cleavage furrow or a notch develops in the middle of the cell, which deepens gradually and thereby two new cells are formed. Here in the diagram, cytoplasm is also divided and two separate cells are formed. This is the diagrammatical representation and microscopic pictures of phases of mitosis in onion root tip. Next is significance of mitosis. It is essential for growth of the body. It helps the growth and tissue repair. It helps in the replacement of dead and worn out cells. It is necessary for restoration of emaciated body, wound healing, formation of blood cells, etc. It is the basis of asexual reproduction. Genetic stability is maintained, means 2n remains 2n and variation is not seen in daughter cells. Second type of cell division is meiosis. Meiosis is discovered by Oscar Hartwig in 1876. It is a Greek word meaning lessening. The term meiosis, originally spelled meiosis, which was introduced by Farmer and Moore in 1905. It mainly occurs in germ cells. The number of chromosomes in the germ cell is reduced to half, that is 2n is converted into n. Hence, it is reduction method and used in production of gametes. Meiosis involves two steps, meiosis 1 and meiosis 2. Meiosis 1 consists of karyokinesis 1 and cytokinesis 1. Similarly, meiosis 2 consists of karyokinesis 2 and cytokinesis 2. In karyokinesis 1, there are four phases: prophase 1, metaphase 1, anaphase 1 and telophase 1. Similarly, in karyokinesis 2, there are four phases: prophase 2, metaphase 2, anaphase 2 and telophase 2. In prophase 1, again there are 5 stages: liptotin, zygotin, pachytin, diplotin and dikinesis. Let us start with the first step, that is meiosis 1. It is reduction division. A diploid parent cell produces 2 haploid cells. In that first prophase 1, as we have seen, prophase 1 consists of 5 stages. First stage is liptotin. During liptotin, the chromatin condenses to chromosomes and they become gradually visible, as shown in the diagram. Nuclear membrane and nucleolus start to disappear. In the diagram, you can see condensation of chromosomes. Second stage of prophase 1, that is zygotin. In this stage, pairing of homologous chromosomes takes place called synapsis and pair is called as bivalent. In diagram, you can observe synapsis or attachment of chromatids. Here homologous chromosomes attach together. Third stage is pachytin. Each chromosome shows 4 chromatids called tetrad. In this stage, The exchange of genetic material takes place between non-sister chromatids of homologous chromosomes. That is, genetic crossing over or recombination process. This is responsible for variation. In the given diagram, you can observe crossing over of non-sister chromatids with the help of color difference. Fourth stage is diploting. The chromatids start repelling each other and crossed over non-sister chromatids separated. Here in this diagram, you can see the point at which crossing over is done, that is called as chiasma. Here chromatids are crossed each other. Next and the last stage of prophase 1 is dikinesis. The chromosomes appear short, thick and distinct. Nuclear membrane and nucleolus completely disappeared. Spindle fibers begin to appear. In the given diagram, you can see after crossing over, the crossed chromatids and thus chromosomes are separated. This is the overall prophase 1 showing all 5 stages and changes in the nucleus of the cell together. Metaphase 1. After prophase 1, spindle fibers completely formed, crossed over chromosomes move and arrange themselves on the equatorial plane. Each chromosome pair is attached by spindle fibers at the centromere. Next is anaphase 1. The centromeres do not split so that chromatids remain together. Homologous chromosomes move towards the opposite poles of the cell due to spindle fibers as shown in the diagram. Then telophase 1. The homologous chromosomes separated and reached the opposite poles. The nucleolus and nuclear membrane reappear around the chromosome at each pole. The spindle fibers disappear. In the diagram, you can see the separated chromosomes. Cytokinesis 1, which is followed by telophase 1. Cytoplasm divides and 2 haploid cells are formed. This is the overall process of meiosis 1. Now, meiosis 2. It occurs soon after meiosis 1. There is no duplication of chromosomes. The process of meiosis 2 is similar to that of mitosis. After meiosis 1, both the newly formed cells undergo meiosis 2. Prophase 2, chromosomes become distinct. Nuclear membrane and nucleolus disappear. Spindle fibers begin to appear as you can see in the diagram. Metaphase 2. Similar to metaphase in mitosis, the chromosomes arranged at the equatorial plane. The spindle fibers connect to centromeres of chromosomes. In the diagram, you can see the chromosomes are aligned at a central plane. Anaphase 2. In this phase, the centromere of each chromosome splits and chromatids are separated and they move towards opposite poles of the cell. This you can see in the given diagram. Telophase 2. The chromosomes decondense and become chromatin network. Nuclear membrane and nucleolus are formed as each cell going to become 2 new cells. The spindle fibers disappear. Cytokinesis 2. After karyokinesis 2, cytoplasm divides and a cleavage furrow or a notch is developed which divides each cell into 2 haploid cells. Thus, 4 haploid cells are formed at the end of meiosis 2. This is overall meiosis 2 process. containing prophase 2, metaphase 2, anaphase 2 and telophase 2, which is then followed by cytokinesis 2. And at the end, 4 haploid cells are formed. This diagram gives us whole meiosis process, including both meiosis 1 and meiosis 2. Here, you can also observe the changes happening in the cell as well as nucleus of the cell. From one diploid cell, 4 haploid cells are formed. Gametes are haploid, which are formed by meiosis type of cell division. Significance of meiosis: it helps to restore diploid condition and maintain the constant number of chromosomes for a species. It helps in the formation of gametes from germ cells and hence is the basis of sexual reproduction. Because in sexual reproduction, male gamete and female gamete unite together and fertilization takes place. After that, a diploid zygote is formed, which then undergoes cell division by mitosis to form an embryo. So in this way, mitosis and meiosis, both the cell division types are important. At the end, there is differentiating points between mitosis and meiosis. Let us see. First point, type of reproduction. In mitosis, asexual. In meiosis, sexual. Mitosis occurs in somatic cells, whereas meiosis occurs in germ cells. In mitosis, parent cells are haploid or diploid. In meiosis, parent cells are always diploid. Number of daughter cells formed after mitosis is 2. After meiosis, 4. Chromosome number remains same during mitosis. Chromosome number reduced to half during meiosis. Genetic crossing over absent in mitosis, present in meiosis. Formation of synapses absent in mitosis, present in meiosis. Centromere split during anaphase of mitosis, and in case of meiosis, centromere does not split during anaphase 1 but splits during anaphase 2. Daughter cells identical to parent cell in mitosis. In meiosis, they are not identical to parent cells. And importance: mitosis is important for growth, repair, healing. Meiosis is important for formation of gametes. So, today we have learned the second life process from the second chapter, that is cell division. It has 2 types, mitosis and meiosis. We have also studied the detailed process of mitosis and detailed process of meiosis. So in this way, we have completed the second chapter, that is life processes in living organism part 1. This chapter mainly includes 2 life processes, cellular respiration and cell division. Quickly, we will conclude about these 2 life processes. In cellular respiration, the main function is nothing but energy production. There are 2 types, aerobic and anaerobic. In aerobic, the energy production takes place in presence of oxygen, whereas in anaerobic, the energy production takes place in absence of oxygen. Depending upon the presence and absence of oxygen, these 2 types are made. In cell division is important for growth and development as well as for sexual reproduction. In cell division, there are 2 main steps, mitosis and meiosis. Mitosis is mainly used in growth and development, whereas meiosis is mainly used in sexual reproduction. In this way, we have completed the second chapter. Read the chapter carefully and answer the questions in exercise. Thank you.
you.